Hello, my name is Blood Paint Bob, and I'm here to show you how to paint the Ultramarines in this Ultramarine Beginner Painting Starting Kit. Now, if you're not with this painting kit, and just trying to use regular Ultramarines, you will need the following colors: Macragge Blue, Balthasar Gold, Abaddon Black, Armageddon Dust, Corax White, and Argrax Earthshade. Now, if you are having this box set, you will likely notice that everything that you need is in it. With this box, you see you have all the paints, plus a brush, and 3 of the minis that we will be painting. On the back, you can see that it actually shows you detailed descriptions of how to actually put the minis together. You don't need any glue, and it is just snap in, and like that, it is perfectly safe. You will need tweezers though, but you can get them at any hobby shop. Mine I got on Amazon, and they were pretty cheap for only roughly $5.58. But you can use scissors in a pinch. Now, with this, we can get to it. Now, inside the box, you'll get a sprue with all of your minis in it. You need to cut them out at one point or another. 3 bases for said minis once they are done being made. 6 paints that came with the box. And a paintbrush given to you by Games Workshop itself. Now, you will also need to understand you will not get anything else out of this kit. And also you will need some way to thin your paints. I am using my own personal wet palette. If you don't have a wet palette, may I suggest going to the kitchen and getting a paper plate. This one will do just nicely. But you will also need to go into the kitchen and ask for one other thing, or get it. That being a cup of water. You need to have it in case you need to wash your paintbrush. That and a paper towel to wipe off the water from your paintbrush. Sorry. Anyways, now that you have your supplies, my suggestion is to build said minis. And let's do it right now. Good job. Very good job. Now that your minis are built, now I need to say, what is thinning your paints? Well, let me show you. First, grab Macragge Blue, put it onto your palette or onto your plate, and then start painting onto said palette. When you get to the point where it's thin, try running it over your thumb. As you can see, as I do, it doesn't go into the cracks between my skin. I need to thin it just a bit more. It should be just enough to go in between the cracks, but thick enough that it doesn't become a liquidy mess. Yeah, that looks just about right. Now that you have your blue ready to go, my suggestion is to get a nice base coat going. Now, you don't need much, but you can glob it on there if you need to. This is the base coat after all, so everything needs to be looking blue. I start off with a nice base coat on everything I do. You could have actually hit this with a white base coat with a rattle can, but for right now, you don't need to worry. Just taking it out of the pot, thin it out a bit, and then straight onto the mini. That will be just right. Nothing fancy. Now, you are going to have to paint the entire Ultramarine. So, I'm going to time-lapse this. Just basically get a nice base coat going. And if you don't feel comfortable, do another one. The more, the merrier. It doesn't need to be pretty. It's the base coat. And you can go over and double check on it whenever you feel that it's just right.
Corn will always have blood. Yours or theirs.
that you have your mini painted, the base coat looking decent, do not worry if it doesn't look right compared to mine. Everyone paints differently. Now, you need to wash your paintbrush. Now that you have your mini painted, we're going to grab ourselves the earth shade. Now, earth shade is a shader, which means that it actually goes on top of your base coat. With the shader, it more or less makes it so that way the armor gets nice and groggy. Basically, the gits that when out fighting may or may not look a little dirty because they've been fighting for a couple while. So, the shader more or less gives it that grime look, but also gives it a nice undertone of dirt. Now, if you're wondering how I should paint this, you don't need to thin it. You just need to spread it around as much as possible. And do not worry. The reason we do this right after the base coat is because any and all paint afterwards will go on top. For instance, any leather more or less will not need any earthshade. However, if you feel like you want to, after you're done painting the mini fully, you can go back and hit it again with some earthshade. My suggestion, though, is not to. It gives the mini more of a flair or interest in its ways. That being said, again, I'm going to time-lapse this, so just sit back, do what you feel is right, and just enjoy the music.
Corn will always have blood. Yours or theirs.
Now, you need to wash your paintbrush. Now that you have your shader equipped, we're going to hit it with Abaddon Black and get the flamer and the holster. While painting on the flamer, you just want to make sure to go nice, slow, and get a nice even coat. You don't have to go fast, don't have to go quick, just do you natural. Honestly, you don't have to go crazy and don't have to speed through this. You're not running and you're not chasing anyone. So, why bother? Just take it nice and easy. This is the base coat for the flamer, so it needs to look somewhat even. Therefore, take your time. If there's any over paint or overspray from your paintbrush, you don't have to go back and fix it immediately. You can just wait till you get to the finished product and then go in for cleanup. Again, take your time. You don't have to rush. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. Don't forget to get the back, and also underneath. Most people that begin this hobby forget everything is paintable, even the bottom part. That being said, as long as you do it just okay, just alright, it's fine. You don't have to be the best in the world, you just have to do what you feel comfortable with. Now, we're going to fast forward yet again. And we're going to stop right at the pistol. Yeah, the holster. We just need to make sure that it gets a nice, even black coat all over. You don't have to go fast. Take it nice and easy. There's some parts that get in the way. So, get the sides and the bottom. But besides that, everything should look alright. So, yeah, take your time. Now, after you're done, flamer and pistol holster, go back and look. Maybe you might have missed a spot. If that's the case, grab a little black paint and clean it up. After that, it should look nice and neat. Now, wash your paintbrush. Now, you're going to want to grab your Balthazar gold. And now we're going to work on the finer little details of this ultramarine. You see, Balthazar gold is used in two places, and only really two places. That being the pauldrons and the chest plate, and also that of the flamer. So, you want to get the pauldrons. Now, this is finer work, so you're going to have to go, like I said in the beginning, very, very slow. It's not a race. You can take your time. And if you get any over paint, just don't worry. You can go back and clean it up. There'll be even an entire section at the end of this video where I do nothing but clean this one particular thing up. So, now, you're going to want to hit the upper edge and push down slightly. Not too much, just enough to get the entire area. You're not trying to paint every little bit, just enough to get it a nice sheen. Yeah, just like that. Now, when working on the flamer, you want to get the metal bit that holds over. It's more or less the heat shield part of the flamer. That is the part that is gold. That and the tank. But you should more or less prioritize the cover. Reason being, it's the most easy part to see any gaps. Now you might be saying, well, what about these grey indents? I actually prefer to leave them. It gives it a little bit of depth and a little different coloration, so it's easier to see. Now, once you get the heat shield taken care of, you have two options. You can paint the entire tank, or if you're feeling risky like I am, you can try and slightly, I say this again, slightly put gold on just specific parts of the tank, like the bands on the tank and the skull on the tank. This is a very tricky and easy thing to do, but it is a little hard. Again, take your time. Doesn't matter if you do overkill, we're going to go back and clean up those little areas. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of overpaint. Now, all you have to do is the other pauldron, which again is not hard as long as you just take your time, don't rush, and slowly do it. This is basically what it should look like. Nothing too fancy. A little overspray on my part, but I'll go back when we do our cleaning up. But it looks very nice. Now, whoosh, your paintbrush. Now, the next is Corax White, because we're going to hit those emblems on the shoulder pauldrons, which are a little difficult. Again, once you get ready, take your time. Just get what you can. Don't worry about over, don't worry about under, just get it to where you feel is nice. Now, as you can see, I, as they say, gagged this horribly. So I decided, well, shoot, I need to repaint this. So after I did that, I waited for a little bit for the paint to dry. Once the paint was dry, I took some of that McCracken blue and went back and tried to clean it up a bit. It took some time, but as you can see, I'm actually just taking it slowly, because the first time I was a bit of a dunce and a bit of a git and rushed things. So, as you can see, I'm taking my time, patiently, calmly going in and cleaning it up. As you can see also, I hit the pauldron barrier, meaning I'm going to have to make sure to go back and clean that up later. But that's fine. Mistakes happen. Now, on to the other side, the Omega symbol. This one was a bit more easy, but I still managed to mess up somewhere, and I can see where it is by watching this back. This dumb git doesn't think and accidentally does the one thing I say not to do, which is sorry about that, but as you can see, I went back and cleaned it up a bit with some McCracken blue. You should do that until after you're done with the entire mini, but I just said screw it. Now I wanted to do it real quick, because like I've hated myself for that. Now, for the base is what you're going to need the Armageddon dust for. Now, this is what's known as tactical, or more precise, paint that you use for the mini's base. Now, I am removing the mini from the base itself. You don't need to do that. I only am doing this for that. Actually, if anything, my suggestion would be to leave the mini on and use this to give its feet a proper little bit of it, to make it look like it's fighting through the mud itself. But as you can see, all you want to do with this is put a little bit on and swirl it about. It dries and it gives this nice dirt texture to it. Yeah, look at that. Just about right. Now, this is the part that I must say thank you for watching. We're not done. This is the part where once we put it back onto the base, we're going to go over and clean up some of the edging and a couple other things too. But that being said, a like and a subscribe would be much appreciated. Yeah. There, I said it, you daft git. Now, can we move on?
Say it right, please, for the record.
I did say it right. You just a dumb gits.
Okay, yes, you can move on.
Alright, moving on. Like I said, this is the part where we go back and do the small things that we forgot over time. As you can see, I forgot to do the chest pauldron or the chest plate. You know, the insignia on the chest. And I'm going back and cleaning it up and getting it painted as well. This is the part where I also used my crag blue to fix the other issues. So, just keep that in mind and take your time. Nothing in the world is free, and this is one of those few times you can do free things by just slowing down, take your time, and paint things right. Now, if you did everything correctly, the way that this was shown, it should look something like this. Now, as you can see, your ultramarine is looking proper crop. Now, after all that, I have to say thank you again for watching and actually staying till the end. If you did, please leave a comment saying the war, just to see who actually stayed. That being said, thank you again. I'll have a second video coming out shortly after this that shows the second ultramarine being painted into minery. With that being said, thank you all for watching. This is Blood Paint Bob, and you have yourself a getting good time. Goodbye.